one must learn by doing the thing. For though you think you know it, you have no certainty till you try it. And that theme has been echoed by John Dewey earlier in this century, and Piaget, Brunner, Papert, and I'm sure many of you follow this philosophy in your education. And this issue has been repeated over the years by many national reports, and in fact these recent ones I found quite compelling. Here the National Academy of Sciences, National Research Council's report on science education standards says, learning is something students do, not something that's done to them. And the more recent report to the President on the use of technology to strengthen K through 12 education in the United States, strong point that basic skills are learned not in isolation, but in the course of undertaking, often on a collaborative basis, higher level real-world tasks. This was very much in line with the philosophy that was emerging in my mind. And here's the way I want to present it to you, maybe too succinctly in a sound bite like this, but relate, create, donate became a convenient way to describe what I was after and what became effective in my teaching over the past 6 or 8 years. The short description says that students work in teams to produce ambitious projects that are meaningful to someone outside the classroom. No technology in that description, but technology supports each of these goals in rather powerful ways. I believe that students want to pursue the relationship aspects of communicating, collaborating, or participating. Some of them may need to be encouraged a little and need to learn those skills. I think that creating powerful and complex objects is a very important part of what we do as educators. And then donating to others, helping, caring, and making a difference, I think, are very important skills that we want to teach to our students. In fact, I'm very proud that in the state of Maryland, for graduation from high school, there is a requirement of 75 hours of community service. I think that theme shows the importance of the issue, and I think it's a very strong lesson for students to learn that they are expected to be helping in their communities. I believe that these processes of relate, create, donate are preferred over the traditional approaches of acquiring facts, of drill and practice, or accessing information or listening to lectures. Lectures are fine, and a well-designed lecture can be very informative. But I think we're coming to find that students really get to work and really are accelerated in their learning when they are more active. That's been the results of many studies, some of which I refer to and quote from in the supplements that you have in the slide package. This cliche is still valid. The sage on the stage is giving way to the guide on the side. We all may feel awkward in doing that, but I think as we try, we begin to find the ways to make it work. And there are many ways to make it work. I've been impressed to find that collaborative teaching methods have such a diverse set of possibilities. There are short-term in-class projects that are simple things like think, pair, share, which is what I attempted to do with you this morning for that 2-minute session. A round table where students meet in group and add items to a list in response to an answer to a question. There are short-term team projects like lab exercises, which are customarily done in the sciences and in art studios, or having students present homework problem solutions, or having students giving pieces of the lectures or presenting material in class. The first time a student presents in a class, they're often anxious, they're not sure what to do, and I'm always eager to jump in and give them a better example. But I resist that, and by the second time when they make their presentations in class, they've chosen better examples than I might have thought of. They've prepared their slides in a more thoughtful way and thorough way than I might have had the time for. And increasingly, I'm expecting my students to make PowerPoint presentations, to use the technology and to make a really nice presentation. I'm also a great believer in semester-long team projects, and I mix these short-term and long-term approaches in my classes. A favorite strategy is simply the encyclopedia of, having the students write an encyclopedia for the topic of the course, or write the textbook for the course. getting them to work together, appointing an editorial committee, deciding on the outline, deciding on the audience, are all very effective processes. I also have them do research projects and a final report which they publish on the web. And let me show you last semester's undergraduate projects in my course on user interface design. They called it SHORE, the Students' HCI, Human-Computer Interaction Online Research Experiments. There were 37 students in this class, and there were 12 teams that produced these experiments that are fully online. One of the simple but very nicely done showed the benefits of larger screens in browsing the web. Each of the projects had more or less the same template that I gave them. And if we just browse on the results section, we can see the data that they got from running, in this case, only 12 subjects. And there was a definite preference and performance improvement. You can see the speed up in the tasks that were required from about 9 seconds down to 6 seconds when the students had a larger screen to do their web browsing. And the students found this very interesting. I mean, at first they were scared of the idea that their work would be put on the web for everyone to see. But as their work appeared on the screens and they could see each other's projects, they learned from each other's projects, and the quality of the work improved over time. I've used this approach in a distance learning course as well a few years ago, in a course on virtual environments and telepresence, and included distance learning. And these students constructed the encyclopedia of virtual environments, and then their projects were the journal of virtual environments. We can just take a brief look at their encyclopedia, which has been moved to the University of Washington's website because they're a strong research group in this area, and many people have visited this site since then. Here's the graphic about the Encyclopedia of Virtual Environments. And if we scroll down, you can see the table of contents, about 40 articles that these students wrote for this project.